Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a quick overview of combat. The reason I'm doing this, I have seen a lot of bad advice online, so rather than telling you how to be bad at the game, I'm going to teach some cool tricks that I've not really seen mentioned anywhere else, so you can actually learn to be good at it. Now, this video is aimed at brand new players who are struggling to find their way. I might make a couple more videos covering some other aspects of the game, but this one here will be all about combat, because the way I see it, if you can't kill, you're going to die. And at that point, nothing else will matter. So let's get to this. First things first, we're going to change a couple of options. This will just make it a bit easier for you to see what's going on. In here, we have this aim outline under cursor. Now this will default to ranged. You want to change that to any weapon. Go ahead and apply that. The next thing we're going to do, we go into solo. We're going to go through a custom sandbox. You can see I've already set one up. It doesn't really matter where we choose to spawn. I will be going for Muldra, because why not? Right, I have already changed a couple of settings on here. First of all, we're going to set daytime to real time. This just means we don't have to worry about daytime. We don't have to worry about getting fatigued as much. It'll just make it a little bit easier for you for the purpose of learning combat. As well as that, we're going to go down to our zombie options, our advanced zombie options. We're going to set the population to 0.5. Just to make sure we don't get overwhelmed. We're going to go to character, and we're going to make sure we tick this box here so we get a starter kit. Now, I'm not going to be covering traits in this video, but if you want to quickly have a look, feel free to pause. I will say this isn't the build that I would run for the real game. This is just learning to fight. So without any further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so here we go. We have spawned. We'll get these things equipped so we can actually use them. And let's get straight out there. Now it looks like that low population's really impacted us. So perfect. We've got a couple over here. Now if we go too deep here, we're going to end up fighting 9 or 10 at once, which obviously isn't ideal. So what we want to do, the first thing, is what I would call fishing. Every zombie has a view cone. What we need to do, if we pay particular attention to this zombie here, we're going to strafe towards it, little steps, try to get in that view cone, and the second it reacts to our presence, we're going to pull back so we don't aggro anymore. Now this can be used really, really effectively against large mobs, or, you know, if you just want to take it easy, take it slow for your first start off, you can use it against small mobs as well. So now we've got our zombie. Here's another cool trick. You'll notice, even with 0 and nimbling, so long as I don't slow down, she can't get me. So I can step back and swing. You know, let her get close and swing. Nice and easy. It does take a little bit of practice, a little bit of faith to perform that move reliably. But as you can see, with 0 points in nimbling, they cannot hit you so long as you don't slow your character down by attacking. the next thing I want to look at is what I would call backspinning. So you might have been in this situation, you know, they're getting too close, you try to turn around and your character stands still for a second. Try and get close, try to turn around, stand still for a second. Okay, so they're not hitting me. Let's try it with a bit more combat in there. I can't even get them to grab me now. You can see, even on a large mob trying to get me, just simply by stepping back, they cannot touch me. At this point, what we're going to do, rather than letting go of aim and spinning, which is quite dangerous, and do it away from them. Look, if we let go of aim and then spin, we actually stand still for like a little split second there as we spin around. So what we do to avoid that, as we're backing away, we're going to spin our cursor around to this way and then walk. And that will completely remove the delay. Another great tip for combat, I have seen this one mentioned before by quite a lot of people. Low fences. Step over the low fence. Ooh, gotta be careful they don't grab you. Step over the low fence and they will go down on the floor for you, making them a little bit easier to kill. You can see this, I'm just going to swing one to flick the pointer back the other way. And at this point, their numbers don't matter. You know, I've got the advantage on them. We could take on this entire mob if we wanted to. Now, a lot of this game comes down to timing, comes down to practice, so, you know, the best way to get good at things like this is just practice, practice, practice. I myself have somewhat over 2,500 hours on this game now, so there's been plenty of practicing, plenty of deaths. You can see with the backspins, not a problem. Another great tip as well, you can jog into a small number of zombies. Let's go to this guy over here. You see the woman there, this guy? We jog through them, you'll do a little shoulder barge and you'll actually stun them for a second. So if we find ourselves getting kind of overwhelmed, we can always just shoulder barge one out of the way. See? Perfect. Those two behind me pose no threat because I shoulder barge through them. So we can reliably flip, spin towards them, now aim away as we walk in. Take around the house in nice big circles, get a little train going. And at this point, playing like this, the chances of me dying to this mob are very, very, very low. Obviously, you do need to keep paying attention to the noodles. If you see exhaustion come up, you're going to have problems. If you see tired come up, you're going to have serious problems. So the next thing we've got to deal with is what do we do if we're in that situation? And as you can see, they're spreading out when they're following me, which makes them a bit harder to ditch. But what we can do is we can just walk back and forth. And get them all balled up really, really nicely. take a bit of a dash through this house. Okay, so this house is a bad idea. They've got broken glass. But we could quickly and safely remove that. Oh, well that wasn't very nice, was it? Okay, our first taste of pain. Now with that armor, just been hitting me for less damage now. You see, keeping them all on the train, no big problem. That step back because I didn't swing, you know, we had enough time. Can use the low fence again as a pursuit breaker to stop us getting overwhelmed. Trick with the low fence as well, right? So watch your character. See how he looks down? Oh, that one got me, but we're okay. If you swing too early, they will get you every time. So you want to step a couple of tiles back. Wait for him to stop hugging. He'll crawl towards, step forward, smash. Now at this point, we've took control of the situation, despite that little hiccup on my part earlier, and we can go find ourselves a nice digital watch. Woohoo! Just what the doctor ordered.